We all have a range of characteristics that make us who we are, and which make us different from others in lots of ways, like shapes, sizes, styles, interests, and abilities. We also have different anatomies, identities, and romantic or sexual orientations. Our biological sex refers to observable physical characteristics such as hormones, chromosomes, genitalia like penises and vaginas, and reproductive organs, which usually leads to us being identified as male or female at birth, or intersex if we have elements of all sexes. But our physical bodies are only part of who we are. Gender is a social construction of what it means to be masculine or feminine. Patriarchal societies impose restrictive gender roles. Men should act masculine and women should act feminine, which is harmful to everyone. And while there are biological drivers behind male and female behavior, a lot of what we consider masculine or feminine is socially constructed and changes all the time, often quite randomly. You think blue is a boy's color and pink is a girl's color? Well, in many countries in the past, it was the other way around. Or the idea that only men could do science because women were incapable and their brains would melt. Yeah, tell that to the female scientists solving all sorts of problems that we face in the world, including the thousands of female scientists in South Africa. Gender identity is our inner sense of who we are. People whose gender identity conforms with their assigned sex at birth are considered cisgendered. People whose gender identity doesn't conform with their assigned sex at birth may identify as transgendered. There are also people who do not conform to the binary constructions of gender, who refer to themselves as gender non-binary or gender non-conforming.
My name is Sia Shongwa. As a transgender woman, I was actually born as a man, or rather identified as male at birth. But I always identified and feel that I am a woman in every sense of the word, as in my character, my dress preferences. Not everyone in society is comfortable with dressing in a very dichotomized way in terms of there being two primary genders that people focus on, male, female. People see you dressed in a particular way and want to define you in that gender, only to find that it's not necessarily how a person would prefer to be identified. It's important for us to just respect people for who they are, irrespective of, a person being sort of gender ambiguous, sort of being androgynous in how they present. You can't tell if they're a girl or a boy, it's better to just simply ask.
We all express our gender, like femininity or masculinity, in different ways. Transgender people may just choose to dress and act in ways which match their gender identities, not their sex. Sexual orientation refers only to whom you are romantically or sexually attracted. It has nothing to do with how manly or womanly you are. Heterosexual people are attracted to the opposite sex. Homosexual or lesbian or gay people are attracted to their same sex. Bisexual people are attracted to all sexes. And asexual people don't experience any sexual attraction at all. These different gender expressions and sexual orientations are all normal and have been found throughout history and all around the world. Gender identity and sexual orientation aren't choices. You don't choose your gender identity or choose to be heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or asexual. These things are just part of who we are. This is why all sexual orientations, gender identities, and gender expressions are protected by the Constitution. But despite this protection, in South Africa, lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people, and everyone who doesn't conform to society's expectations, face great risks of harm, being mocked, being subjected to abuse, or even being killed. Everyone is allowed to be and love whomever they want. Everyone has to respect who you are and who you love, And the same goes for you. It's up to each of us to ensure that everyone is treated equally.